The notification lit up my phone at 10:47 p.m. I was sitting on the couch, a half-empty beer sweating on the coffee table, scrolling mindlessly through a feed that I couldn't have cared less about. The message popped up on the lock screen, and my thumb froze above the screen like it belonged to someone else. "I'll be staying at Jason's tonight. Don't wait up." It was from Megan, my wife. Not girlfriend. Not just seeing each other. My wife of 7 years. At first, my brain scrambled for excuses, reasons, misinterpretations. Maybe it was meant for someone else. Maybe it was a group text I wasn't meant to be part of. Maybe it was an inside joke. But as my pulse roared in my ears, the truth pressed down on me with the weight of a falling ceiling. She sent it to me. Intentionally. I stared at those words until they blurred, and my chest felt like it was caving in. Jason. I knew the name. Everyone in our circle knew Jason. He was charming in that effortless, irritating way. Always with a grin, always with a hand on someone's shoulder. Megan had mentioned him casually before, framed with that suspiciously neutral tone people use when they're already lying. I unlocked the phone with trembling fingers and typed back one word. Okay. The long silence. I didn't hear back from her that night. Or the next morning. I lay awake on the couch, phone clutched in my hand, waiting for the dots of a typing bubble that never appeared. By dawn, my beer had gone warm, the TV was still flickering in the background, and the pit in my stomach felt like it had been carved out with a knife. At 8:14 a.m., Megan walked through the door. Hair a little messy, makeup smudged, wearing the same clothes she'd left in the night before. She didn't even flinch when she saw me sitting there, as though she had rehearsed her entrance. "You're up early," she said casually, setting her purse down. I swallowed the acid rising in my throat. "I didn't sleep." "Why not?" she asked, as though she hadn't detonated a grenade in my life. I held up my phone, screen glowing with her text. Her eyes flickered for just a fraction of a second. Guilt, recognition, or maybe annoyance that I was holding her accountable. "Oh," she said flatly. "So you saw that?" "Saw that." As if it were nothing more than a misplaced receipt. "Do you want to explain?" My voice cracked in the middle, betraying the storm in my chest. Megan sighed and leaned against the counter, arms crossed. "I didn't want you to wait up. That's all. That's all." I stood, my body trembling with suppressed rage. "You told me you'd be staying at Jason's. Don't wait up." "What the hell does that mean, Megan?" She didn't answer. Not right away. Just stared at me with that practiced mask of indifference she used when cornered. Then finally, "It means exactly what you think it means." Shattered. I thought I was prepared to hear it, but those words ripped me open. 7 years of marriage. 13 years together. All undone in a single sentence. Jason. My voice was a whisper now, as though the name itself could shatter me. She nodded once, almost proud. "Yes, Jason." I sank back onto the couch, air sucked from my lungs. "How long?" "Does it matter?" she asked coldly. "Of course it matters," I snapped, tears burning behind my eyes. "How long have you been betraying me?" Her lips curved into a faint, mocking smile. "A few months." While I'd been working late to cover bills, planning trips for us, fighting to keep the spark alive, she'd been with him. "Why?" The word came out broken. I shrugged. "Because he makes me feel alive. He listens. He doesn't just sit there like you, drinking beer and zoning out." The knife twisted deeper. The breaking point. I wanted to scream, to throw something, to beg her to take it back. But instead, a strange calm washed over me. Maybe it was shock. Maybe it was survival. Picked up my phone again. "I'm glad you told me," I said quietly. That seemed to unsettle her. She tilted her head. "That's all you have to say." "No," I typed as I spoke. "I'm also texting my lawyer." Her eyes widened for the first time. "What? You think I'm going to fight for you? Beg you to stay?" "No, Megan. You've already left. Last night. With him. So here's what's going to happen. You'll get your clothes, your things, and you'll leave this house today." Her face twisted, anger replacing her indifference. You can't just kick me out. This is my house too. Our house, I corrected sharply. The house I pay for. The house you've desecrated. And you're right, you'll get your share. In the divorce settlement. She scoffed, rolling her eyes. You're being dramatic. No, I said, my voice steady now. I'm finally being realistic. The unraveling. The next few weeks were a blur of lawyers, papers, and awkward silences when we had to cross paths. Megan moved in with Jason officially, parading him around town like a prize she'd won. People whispered, and though some avoided me, others quietly reached out. Little admissions of, I always thought something was off, or she was always too close to him. Each word cut, but they also stitched me back together. I wasn't crazy. I hadn't imagined the distance, the secret smiles, the excuses. The nights were the hardest. I'd lie in bed, staring at the ceiling, haunted by the ghost of her laugh, her scent on the pillow, the warmth that was gone. The betrayal wasn't just about sex. It was about trust, about every moment she let me believe I was enough while she gave herself to someone else. The return. 1 month later she came back. I opened the door to find Megan standing there. Hair neatly done, wearing the perfume I used to love. Her eyes looked softer, almost pleading. Can we talk? She asked. I let her in, against my better judgment. She sat on the couch where she had once confessed everything, wringing her hands. Jason isn't what I thought, she admitted. It's not the same. Miss you. I miss us. I studied her face, searching for sincerity. You miss me now that he's not enough. Tears welled in her eyes. I made a mistake. Huge mistake. Can we fix this? For a moment, a part of me, the part still raw, still aching, wanted to believe her. To rewind time, to pretend none of it had happened. But then I remembered that text, burned into my memory like a scar. I'll be staying at Jason's tonight. Don't wait up. I leaned back, exhaling slowly. Do you remember what I replied to that text? She blinked, confused. You said, okay. Exactly, I said. My voice was calm, final. That was the moment you ended us. I didn't fight, didn't beg, didn't plead because I knew. You weren't my wife anymore. You were his. And now, you'll never be mine again. Her face crumpled. She reached for my hand, but I pulled away. Goodbye, Megan, I whispered. And this time I meant it. As the door clicked shut behind her, a strange peace settled over me. The pain was still there, yes, but beneath it was something stronger. Freedom. Betrayal had burned me to ashes. But from those ashes I would rise. And I knew, deep down, that I would never again wait up for someone who didn't value being here.